The way forward is together. Our city's on the move, and Agape Child and Family Services are helping us move forward together. With right relationships with Black, brown, and white communities, with whole family services. We're fighting poverty, addressing economic and social issues. We move forward together.
Everyone deserves love, hope, and encouragement. Our faith-based ministry is designed to lift children and families in need through unconditional love, the very meaning of our agency's name, Agape. We move in faith together.
Our team members are responding to a call to serve, and that call is answered by following the teachings and examples of Jesus Christ. We are present, we listen, we collaborate, we're inclusive, we're a strong voice advocating for the physical, psychological, and spiritual needs of children and families. We move in love together.
In the coming years, we aim to expand our poverty reduction model to reach additional Memphis neighborhoods to bring hope and healing to families all over the city. We come alongside families to equip them for the journey out of poverty into the life they deserve. We move barriers together.
The way forward is not easy. Bringing our Black, white, and brown communities together can be challenging. Poverty and social issues are complicated, but our faith tells us that all things are possible for those who believe. And we believe the way forward is together. So come together with us by volunteering, by your financial contributions, or by praying. And let's get moving together.
Hello, I'm David Jordan, President and Chief Executive Officer for Agape Child and Family Services in Memphis. Each year, we invite friends and supporters like you to celebrate what we call Heartlight. Heartlight, our largest fundraiser of the year, is a look at what our organization is doing with your help to move Memphis forward. Our theme this year is Moving Together. We are moving together as one in love and as seen in Mark 12, 29-31. The most important one, answered Jesus, is this: Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. The second is like, love your neighbor as yourself. There's no other commandment greater than these. Unfortunately, for the second year in a row, we can't be together in person because of the global pandemic, and your health and safety are important to us. However, I'm grateful for the platform that will allow us to move together virtually. The challenges of the pandemic have not stopped us from our mission to be a Christ-centered ministry dedicated to providing and helping create healthy homes, thriving communities, and right relationships for children and families. This Heartlight, presented by Blue Sky, will celebrate 51 years of movement at Agape Child and Family Services. We're excited to have some special guests, partners, and friends to help us celebrate purposefully Black, white, and brown communities. We are moving together. Won't you join us and with your financial support by texting Agape 2021 to 41444 or by visiting our website, agapemeanslove.org. Now let's enjoy singer, songwriter, record producer, author, actor, and social activist, the 5-time Grammy winner and 59-time Dove Award winner, who is back to share with us again, Stephen Curtis Chapman.
Well, hello to my friends at Agape Child and Family Services. It is great to be with you, and it is an honor to be a part of Heartlight 2021. Thank you so much. I do have a guitar. I carry it around with me often, wherever I go. And I thought if it was okay with you all, I would sing maybe a song or two that will encourage you as you are celebrating both what God has done with the work of Agape Child and Family Services, and then also as you consider what God is up to and what He is inviting you into, us into, going forward. So this is a song I wrote a few years ago, and just thinking about the work you do, reading a little bit about the work you do, and thinking this is a song I think that will encourage you and remind us that there is hope. That's why we do what we do, right? With the work that you do, the kinds of things that we are privileged to do right now in this world, to bring heaven to our real world. And so that's what you do. That's what this song talks about. I saw it again today in the face of a little child, looking through eyes of fear and uncertainty. It echoed in a cry for freedom across the street and across the miles. Cries from the heart to find the missing part. Where is the hope? Where is the peace that will make this life complete? For every man, woman, boy, and girl looking for heaven in the real world. To stand in the pouring rain and believe the sun is gonna shine again. To know that the grave is not the end. To feel the embrace of grace. Know the place where real life begins. And know in your heart you found the missing part. There is a hope, there is a peace that will make this life complete. For every man, woman, boy, and girl looking for heaven in the real world. Heaven in the real world. It happened one night with a tiny baby's birth. God heard creation crying, and He sent heaven to earth. He is the hope and the peace that will make this life complete. For every man, woman, boy, and girl, Jesus is heaven in the real world. He's our peace that can make this life complete. For every man, woman, boy, and girl, Jesus is heaven in the real world. Jesus is heaven in the real world.
Thank you, Stephen and Curtis Chapman. We look forward to hearing more from you coming up. Welcome to Agape Child and Family Services Heartlight 2021, presented by Blue Sky. Thank you for allowing us into your homes, your churches, and even your business. For more than 26 years now, I've been honored to serve as a CEO alongside some amazing individuals as we walk alongside children and families to move the needle of poverty to a thriving and sustaining life. Today, we will show how God is weaving churches together and bringing oneness and goodness to communities. Thank you to our amazing sponsors, friends, staff, board, and supporters, including our presenting sponsor, Blue Sky. Let me share a few things we're excited about. Slingshot Memphis recently conducted an external evaluation of the poverty-fighting work of a number of Memphis-based nonprofit organizations, including Agape Child and Family Services. Slingshot's mission is to create a demonstrable reduction in poverty by promoting a results-driven poverty-fighting ecosystem in Memphis, Tennessee. Slingshot results say Agape Child and Family Services supports families in the Memphis, Tennessee area with a cradle-to-career and beyond place-based initiative, two-generational, two-gen paradigm. It fights poverty by improving housing stability, career advancement, family connectedness, mental health, early childhood and classroom success, and spiritual growth. As COVID-19 exacerbated the digital divide, Agape surveyed and provided 700 plus families with devices, internet hotspots, and training at no cost to enable full access to the digital highway. Agape produces $1.30 to $1.55 in estimated poverty-fighting benefits for each dollar it spends, and has very strong use of best practices, systems-level change, and measurement infrastructure. Thank you so much, Slingshot Memphis. I'm also proud to announce that Agape Child and Family Services has been fully reaccredited for the next 4 years by the national group, the Council on Accreditation, COA. The COA notes that only a small percentage of organizations achieve the expedited accreditation approval. We first sought and achieved accreditation by the COA in 2009 because we continually challenge ourselves toward our value of excellence, and we believe COA's dedication to excellence aligns well with ours. Organizations like COA help hold us to superior standards so that we may continue to provide the highest level of poverty-fighting services to the children and families we are blessed to walk alongside daily. What an honor to be affirmed in this way. We have made some notable accomplishments, but there's still much more work to be done. We need you. We would appreciate your financial support. Grab your cell phone now and text Agape 2021 to 41444. Again, text Agape 2021 to 41444. Give online right now by visiting agapemeanslove.org. That's agapemeanslove.org. We are proud to have sharing with us Dr. Stacy Spencer, Eric Gentry, Pastor Rolando Rostro, Pastor Bartholomew Orr, and our Agape board member, Pastor Josh Ross. Celebrating with us musically, Stephen Curtis Chapman will be back, and Pastor Donnie McClurkin, as well as other guests and friends. As a matter of fact, let's enjoy more of the Heartlight celebration now.
Hey, my name's Eric Gentry. I'm the minister at Highland Church of Christ here in Memphis, Tennessee. I love this city and I love doing the work of the Lord here in this city with our partner, Agape. I'll tell you this, I'm a big believer in the church, and not only because I work for one, but because Jesus said that nothing will overcome his church, not even the gates of hell. And so in a moment of pandemic and political division and poverty and suffering, I still have this great, overwhelming confidence in the church. I'm a big believer in the church, which is why I'm a big believer in Agape. I'll tell you, as Agape has grown, as God has blessed Agape, and they have grown and expanded their reach, serving the underserved in our city, it would have been easy to leave the church behind. I mean, frankly, there are more challenges that come with being a faith-based nonprofit. And it would have made sense in some ways for Agape to leave the church behind and get over and beyond those challenges and just focus on doing the work. But that's the opposite of what Agape did. Instead, Agape has elevated the role of the church in their ministry and the role of the church in our city. Agape has become a mouthpiece for the church as it fulfills its responsibility to make the wisdom of God known in our city. Agape has become a vehicle for the church as we seek to serve the fatherless, the orphan, the widow, those who are struggling, the immigrant, the vulnerable. And Agape has become a model for our church as we seek to do the Lord's work of justice. And so I'm thankful for Agape as they have prioritized and elevated the role of the church. Agape is a partner to the bride of Christ, not a competitor, but a partner to the bride. And I'm thankful for Agape because of that. I'll tell you just one story that reflects that partnership and how my own ministry in the church has been blessed and benefited by our partnership with Agape. A couple months ago, I got a call from a woman at our church who was interceding for another young woman, a young mom who was in crisis. That young mom was out of state and she didn't know how to help her, and she called me to ask if I knew what to do. I said I didn't, but I called Dan Henley. Dan Henley's leading Agape's work with the local church here in Memphis, and I called Dan. I said, Dan, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I got to ask you a favor. Can you help me? And Dan said, give me just 1 minute, brother. Well, it took Dan a little bit longer than a minute, but it took him less than an hour. And in less than an hour, Dan called me back, and he had made contact with another agency out of state where this young mom was. That agency, within the hour, contacted me, and within that same hour, she was getting the help that she needed in her moment of crisis. I'll tell you what, without Agape, without our partner that day, the church could not have done its work. I am so thankful for the partnership of the church with Agape. And so it's because of that today my wife and I are going to make an investment in Agape. It's because of that partnership that our church, the Highland Church of Christ, is going to continue to invest in this incredible, life-giving ministry every year. And my prayer is that as we partner with Agape, as the church partners with this amazing, life-changing organization, making a kingdom difference in our city, that the gates of hell will not overcome us.
Now, let's get ready to welcome one of the top-selling gospel artists of all times. He's a 3-time Grammy Award winner, 10-time Stellar Award winner, 2-time BET Award and Soul Train Award winner. He's Dove Award, NAACP Image Award winner. He is Pastor Donnie McClurkin.
I wrote a song some years ago, and it just simply says, at the mention of your name, every knee will bow and tongue proclaim that you are Lord. There is a name, say. There's a name I love to hear. I love to sing it. Don't you know it sound like music in my ear. Sweetest name on the earth. All of heaven sings, and the earth proclaims. Savior, you're the Lord Amashe. Wait a minute now, you're the only living God. Say, you're the only living God. Lord, you're the only living God. Yes, you're the only living God. If you believe, say today, you're the only living God. So we'll stand before the world and declare, you're the only living. We'll tell the world that there's no other God, no other God, no other God, no other God. You're the only living God. We love you. 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 Yes, Lord, we love you. With all of our hearts. We love you. We love you. Savior, you are Lord Bashi. What's his name today? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Glory to God.
I'm Tori Taylor, Director of Development for Agape Child and Family Services. I want to thank Blue Sky, our presenting sponsor, and all our sponsors for their continuous support. Your support is critical in helping us move together as Agape strives to fight poverty in our community. Two key issues that our families say limit their success is unemployment and underemployment. The goal of our Workforce Readiness Initiative, TeamWorks, is to promote parent-adult self-sufficiency by addressing barriers to attaining education, employment, and financial empowerment. Agape Child and Family Services walk alongside those we serve, working to connect them with employment opportunities that provide a wage enabling them to leave poverty. We also provide a host of holistic wraparound services that enrich one's skill set and confidence. In addition to employment, we also focus on training, education attainment, retention, and career development advancement. Let me share a story of one of the families we walk alongside in our work. 2.5 years ago, a family connector of Agape began with a young woman and her family who were experiencing homelessness. Initially, the mother was unemployed, and the only source of income was Social Security and food stamps. This struggling mother had difficulty paying bills each month due to her lack of income and health issues. When the family connector and the young lady, who happened to be a visionary, began setting goals, she shared that she desired to open her own transportation business. Soon, the entrepreneur established a business providing transportation services throughout the Middle and West Tennessee. The family connector helped the new business owner to create marketing materials to grow her business. One of her goals was to obtain authorization to work with TennCare. We are proud to report that as of August 1st, 2021, she has been approved as a licensed provider with TennCare to transport people to their medical appointments. We celebrate this remarkable mother who have worked diligently to create a better life for herself and her family. She now works full-time with her transportation business and dreams of one day opening up a shelter for single women and their children. We need your support to another future entrepreneur achieve her dreams. How you can help this and other programs at Agape? Grab your cell phones now and text Agape 2021-241-444 to give, or give online right now by visiting agapemeanslove.org.
Agape Child and Family Services is moving in Memphis, moving together with Black, white, and brown communities, moving in schools, working one-on-one with children and their families to give them the future they dream of, moving in homes, providing housing, counseling, support, encouragement, and connections for education attainment, employment pathways, school support, and more, helping families move forward, moving in neighborhoods, coming alongside families to reduce poverty and bring hope and healing, moving in jobs with efforts focused on training, education, retention, and career development advancement to create a clear pathway to employment success, and most of all, moving in faith. Agape seeks to lift children and families in need through their unconditional love, the very meaning of our agency's name. Our team members are responding to a call to serve, and that call is answered by following the teachings and example of Jesus Christ. We are present, we listen, we collaborate, we are inclusive. We are a strong voice advocating for the physical, psychological, and spiritual needs of children and families. And we are moving together. Join the movement.
Good evening. I'm Dale Sharp, Senior Vice President of Blue Sky Restoration here in Memphis, Tennessee. I hope you guys are enjoying the evening. Here at Blue Sky, we are all about restoration. After having merged my business with Blue Sky 2 years ago, my primary role is that of ensuring that each of our 39 offices restore healthcare facilities to their full potential so they can be used for health and healing for those in need. The work we do, like that of doctors, nurses, and surgeons, can be the difference between life and death. We don't take that responsibility lightly. The same goes for Agape Child and Family Services. They offer hope and healing for the entire community, and their work can be the difference between life and death, the difference between dreams realized and hopelessness. So it's our honor to come alongside Agape Child and Family Services and sponsor tonight's Heartlight event. Moving together gets us there faster and lets us help even more people. You want to join us? And speaking of partners to help us move forward, here's Dr. Stacy Spencer to tell us more about the great things Agape is doing through the faith-based community.
Hi, I'm Stacy Spencer, Senior Pastor of New Direction Christian Church. I want to welcome you to Heartlight. What an amazing night we have in store for you, and I'm excited to be a part of it because I believe that churches ought to move together. When I look at Matthew 16:18 and see where Jesus asks his disciples, who do men say that I am? Some say Elijah, some say another prophet, but Peter spoke up and said, you are the Son of God. And Jesus said, blessed are you, Peter, for flesh and blood did not reveal that to you. And based on your profession of faith, I will build my church and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Whatever you bind up on earth shall be bound in heaven. Whatever you forbid on earth shall be forbidden in heaven. So Jesus gave the mandate for the church. He said, first of all, the gates of hell will not prevail against it. Did you know that the gates were a defensive weapon? And so the devil, all he can do is put up a gate and hope he stops us. But we have been given authority as churches to come together, to come against all the stuff that threatens our community. We come together to do work like literacy training in our schools. We come together to put Bible studies in apartment communities. We come together to make sure there are wraparound services for our students. I'm so glad that New Direction Christian Church has partnered with Agape, and we have a hub right there in Hickory Hill where we come together to make sure that we go against the gates of hell and take every corner of that community and claim it for Jesus Christ's kingdom. And I'm so glad that we're doing this work together. It's important that we move together. It's important that we bind up and forbid some of the illegal and evil and unethical activity that takes place in our community. We want to come against drugs. We want to come against violence. We want to come against racism. We want to come against criminal justice systems that are not serving our children well. There is so much work to do, and it's important that we do it together. So Jesus told us, he said, listen, nothing can stop my church. I'm building my church on your faith. And I believe tonight that if we come together, if we work together, it doesn't matter what denomination, it doesn't matter what race or demographic your church is, we are all God's children working together. As a matter of fact, there won't be a Methodist side or a Baptist side or a Presbyterian side or Catholic side when we get to heaven. It's going to be the bride of Christ, and we must come together because this is just a rehearsal. So I hope tonight that you will consider partnering with Agape, that you would consider being not only a physical partner, but also being a financial partner. At New Direction Christian Church, we believe in the work of Agape. We believe in the work that they are doing. And so we've sown seed into that. And I ask you to do the same tonight, to consider what can my church do to claim the kingdom from my community? What can my church do in agreement with what the greater church is doing? And I believe that if we come together tonight, we can tear down those gates that have been locking our kids out and locking our people out from what God has for them. So tonight, if that's you, if you want to consider being a part of what Agape is doing, I want you to listen to Julie as she gets ready to come to share how you can be a part of what God is doing in your community.
Thank you so much, Dr. Stacy Spencer and New Direction Christian Church. We appreciate your support and your partnership. You always say yes. Hello, I'm Julie Sano, the Chief Operating Officer for Agape Child and Family Services. Agape Child and Family Services supports families in the Memphis, Tennessee area with a Cradle to Career and Beyond place-based initiative, 2-generational approach. Together, we fight poverty by improving housing stability, employment and career advancement pathways, family connectedness, mental health counseling support, early childhood development, kindergarten readiness, and classroom successes, improving relationships, spiritual growth, just to name a few. As COVID-19 exacerbated the digital divide, Agape surveyed and then responded to provide 700 plus families with computers, internet hotspots, and user training to enable full access to the digital highway. I want to share with you about our Families in Transitions initiative. As families come to us, many who are homeless fleeing domestic violence, they receive more than just a roof over their head. They receive counseling, life skills training, financial assistance and guidance, and hope. In 2020, even in the midst of a pandemic, Agape Child and Family Services served over 3,000 individuals, to include over 100 Memphians who were homeless. In the last 2 years, not a single family who has been a part of our program has returned to homelessness, and no child has entered into the foster care system. This is just one of the many initiatives you can support by donating to Agape. Seeing mothers with their children fleeing domestic violence, living a thriving life is so affirming. To do this work of walking alongside children and families, we need your support. You're a vital part of this movement we call Agape Child and Family Services. We would appreciate your financial support. So please grab your cell phone now and text Agape 2021 to 41444, or go online right now by visiting agapemeanslove.org. Let's continue to enjoy our Heartlight 2021 as we are moving together.
Hello, this is Pastor Rolando Rostro from Iglesia Nueva Vida. I pastor here in Memphis, Tennessee, and we have 3 churches in this location. And I want to thank Agape, and I want to thank all they've done and all they're doing in the Latino community. They have blessed us in so many different ways. They have blessed us with marriages. We have done marriage conferences with them, and many marriages did not get divorced because the ministry has come alongside our ministry and support them. And not only our church, many churches have also come and become a part of this, many Latino churches, and we're so thankful and grateful for Agape Church in doing that. They also were a connection to actually giving food drives to the Latino community. People were going through so much situations and difficulties, and Agape came along and gave us the right connections, the right relationships, and that's what it's all about. It's about the relationships we have with each other to help our communities and to help the souls. This is what Agape does, and we're so thankful to God that we are part of them and they're a part of us, and we're able to unite together and move together in the same direction. I want you to support. Come alongside Agape and let's give financially to this vision, to this mission statement, because they're truly doing a wonderful work. It doesn't matter what color you're from. It doesn't matter what culture you're from. It really doesn't matter. Agape really reaches out to help out everybody. And we're so thankful for that. And I can testify to that because they have done so much through the Latino community with them. We bless you guys. We thank you guys. Thank you.
Pastor Rostro, thank you, my brother. We appreciate your support and your partnership. Thank you for joining us for our virtual Heartlight celebration presented by Blue Sky. For 51 years, Agape Child and Family Services has been a movement impacting the lives of children and families in Memphis. When we see how the communities we get to walk alongside are disproportionately affected by the pandemic, we realize the gravity of our work and the mission, and we are moved. We hope that you too are moved to support Agape by texting Agape 2021 to 41444 or by visiting agapemeanslove.org. For nearly 13 years, Agape Child and Family Services has focused its work in 3 Memphis neighborhoods, in Hickory Hill, in Fraser, and in Whitehaven. Over the next 5 years, we aim to expand our poverty reduction model to reach additional Memphis neighborhoods in an effort through HIM to bring hope and healing to families throughout Greater Memphis. We will expand to 25 churches serving as hub churches for the work of Agape Child and Family Services, with a total of 120 churches to be strategic partners, Black, brown, and white, urban and suburban connections. These 25 hub churches will each be supported by 3 to 5 community and anchor churches, those in the neighborhood of the hub churches and those maybe across town to provide support and relational partnership. This poverty-fighting work leverages the infrastructure of Memphis's faith communities to bring services and resources to families and communities right where they live. It supports churches in fulfilling their God-given mission, encouraging a pathway to Christ for those who are interested, and offering services to all regardless of faith, breaking the teeth of poverty. We are purposefully moving together, but we need your help. Text Agape 2021 to 41444 to give, or simply visit agapemeanslove.org. We are honored to welcome once again Grammy and Dove Award winner Stephen Curtis Chapman.
I'm honored and thankful to get to be a little part of your story at Agape. So God bless you, and let me leave you with this song called What Now? I saw the face of Jesus in a little orphan girl. She was standing in a corner on the other side of the world. And I heard the voice of Jesus gently whisper to my heart, didn't you say you wanted to find me? Well, here I am, and here you are. So what now? What will you do now that you found me? What now? What will you do with this treasure you found? I know I may not look like what you expected, but if you remember, this is right where I said I would be. You found me, so what now? And I saw the face of Jesus down on 16th Avenue. He was sleeping in an old car while his mom went looking for food. And I heard the voice of Jesus gently whisper to my soul, didn't you say you wanted to know me? Well, here I am, it's getting cold. So what now? What will you do now that you found me? But now, what will you do with this treasure you found? I know I may not look like what you expected, but if you remember, this is right where I said I would be. You found me, so come and know. He says, come and know. Jesus says, come and know me now. So what will you do now that you found me? What now? What will you do with this treasure you found? I know I may not look like what you expected, but if you remember, this is right where I said I would be. You found me. So what now? must turn our eyes upon Jesus and look for in his wonderful face, and the things of this earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. God bless you. Thanks so much.
That was great. Thank you for that beautiful song, Stephen. Hello again. I'm Dale Sharp, Senior Vice President of Blue Sky Restoration here in Memphis, Tennessee, and we're the sponsor of tonight's Heartlight event. But our commitment to Agape Child and Family Services goes way beyond just a financial one. We've been involved with the work at Agape for more than 25 years now. We've done everything from the pro bono build-out of each of the last 3 office buildings for Agape to the renovation of the very first Fit homes. Additionally, and outside of Agape, we've performed extensive renovation and restoration projects on each of the apartment communities with which Agape partners and provides vital services. As you can imagine, this has afforded us a vantage like few others by which to measure not only the need for Agape, but also her effectiveness and success. Like those of us at Blue Sky, each of you possess your own unique talents, insights, and giftedness in which to partner with Agape. Let's move forward together and join God in the work He's doing in our communities. Now let's hear a word from Pastor Joshua Ross.
My name is Josh Ross. I am the lead minister at the Sycamore View Church, and I have been a board member at Agape for about a decade. I came to Memphis back in 2008. I knew very little about this city. I knew there were a few churches I was familiar with, and I had heard about 2 nonprofits, Hope Works and Agape. David Jordan was one of the first people to take me to lunch when I got here, and he took me to Perkins. Of all the restaurants David could take me to in the city of Memphis, he took me to Perkins. Not Central, not Rendezvous, not Gus's, not Soulfish, Perkins. Now, I'm not bitter about this. I'm okay. But when we sat down at Perkins that day, I knew that God had given me a friend. And even more than a friend, I knew that God had given me somebody, had placed a man in my life who was going to teach me how to love the city of Memphis, who was going to teach my heart how to grow for what God was doing right here in our city. Little did I know that 3 years later, I'd become a board member at Agape, which would be and still is one of the greatest honors of my life. There is so much I love about the theme of this year, moving together. Just the whole idea that God hasn't called us to stability, but to movement. God hasn't called us to play it safe, but to take risks. God hasn't called us to tread water, but to swim. God hasn't called us to preserve the church or to preserve the world, but to be a part of how God is restoring the world. Agape has grown in so many ways over the last 10 to 15 years, but as Agape has grown and has expanded, it has not forgotten its center. It hadn't forgotten its foundation, that we are a Christ-centered, gospel-centered organization, which means we don't treat Jesus as some safety net that may occasionally catch people when they fall. We don't treat Jesus as some heavenly lifeguard who occasionally jumps in the water to save people when they're drowning. And we don't treat Jesus as a mascot of Agape. Jesus is the center of everything we do. And we're going to walk with people and journey with people no matter what their belief system is, no matter what the road they have walked on in the past. We're going to come along and we're going to serve them and walk alongside of them. But for us, when it comes to our foundation, our center, our roots, our launching point, it's that we want to be an extension of the grace and mercy of Jesus. So this whole idea of moving together, it means we take seriously where we move from. And we move from the heart of God, and we move from the local church. That Agape isn't the local church. We don't pretend to be the local church. Agape comes to assist the local church in our communities all over the Mid-South to be everything God wants us to be and to be everything God wants this city to be. Look, here's the deal. I believe that 50 years from now, when books are written about the city of Memphis, and 75 years from now, when stories are told about the city of Memphis, that there will be stories about Agape Child and Family Services that will be told. So we want you to come and join in this movement. All right, I'm all in. We're all in. We're in with our time. We are in with our resources, and we invite you to come be a part of this movement. Our city needs you. We need you.
Thank you, Josh Ross. You are a great friend and a brother. Hello, I'm Pastor Dan Henley, Chief Spiritual Health Officer for Agape Child and Family Services here in Memphis, Tennessee. This year, we have purposely brought together our friends from Black, white, and brown communities to unite and move together to create right relationships. We believe these relationships will affect our communities and, more importantly, the children and families we get to walk alongside. Now imagine with me for a moment, 365 churches praying together for an entire year. In 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14, the Bible says, "If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven. I will forgive their sin and I will heal their land." God has already told us the answer to the problems we see in our city. God's people need to pray. We need to humble ourselves and seek God and turn from our wicked ways. If we do that, God promises to hear, forgive, and heal our land. We're asking one church to sign up for each day of the year from now through our next Heartlight on November the 4th, 2022. Each church will manage signing people up for that 24-hour period of prayer. A second focus scripture for our praying time together will be John 17. In John 17, verses 20 through 23, Jesus prays that all believers will be one with one another. He wants believers brought to complete unity. We want to pray over the next 365 days for this kind of unity among believers in the city of Memphis. Now, this is no casual tolerance of one another, but a deep love. Churches have always provided networks for advocacy and partnership. It was especially in churches and seminaries, as well as schools and private business, that transferable skills were developed. Now, here at Agape Child and Family Services, we realize the important role the church has in the community, and we ask that you sign up and join with us in our 365 days of prayer. Focus leading to Heartlight 2022. Help us to continue this great work at Agape. Help us with your financial support. As a matter of fact, do me a favor right now. Grab your cell phone now and text Agape 2021 to the number 41444 in order to give. Or you can just go online and give right now by visiting agapemeanslove.org. We have proof that moving together in right relationships work. Take a listen to Pastor Ricky Floyd of the Pursuit of God Church and Pastor Steve Gaines of Bellevue Baptist Church.
My wife and I were in a meeting one day that Agape was holding, and we were talking with different churches and about different ministries. And Ricky and I sat side by side. It didn't take long for me to realize that he was a real leader with the anointing of God on him. And I came away from there. I told Donna, I said, I think we found a leader.
I feel that God called me and placed me in this community, and I love this community. I have a passion for the people and even for the problems in this community. With the partnership that we have developed with Bellevue, it has given us a strength, it's given us resources, it's given us relationships to cause us to be even more relevant to this community.
Well, I think God just sovereignly brought us together. I mean, neither one of us was looking for the other one. It just God put us in that meeting that day, and I think we both sensed that God was dovetailing us and joining us together.
You know, what we've done with Bellevue and Pursuit of God Church, it's caused each of us to step out of our comfort zones. We have a passion for God, we have a passion for people, but the unity that we have has been on such public display. I think it's challenging and charging other churches to step out of their comfort zone because they see the benefit, they see the value.
I believe it can be replicated. I believe that one of the best things any predominantly African American church could do and any predominantly Anglo church could do is to pray and say, God, connect us with somebody. You know, God is the great connector.
We are a visible example of what unity, love, Christian values, and working together can do to impact a community.
Hey, wasn't that exciting seeing Steve and Ricky and the great work that they are doing? You see, they are testimonies and just an example of what it means to really come together as the body of Christ and to work together. Hey, I'm Bartholomew Orr, Senior Pastor of Brown Missionary Baptist Church, and I am grateful to be able to partner with Agape. Talk about ministry is partnership. I'm so thankful for the years that our church have been able to walk alongside Agape in seeing the love of Christ spread forth in our schools and in our community. You see, this is one partnership that have turned into a friendship. And so as we celebrate what God is doing across racial lines, across denominational lines, across even political divide, look, we are better together. That's right. The wise man said it best in Ecclesiastes. A threefold cord is not easily broken, and two are better than one. Talk about the friendship. I'll never forget the day that David Jordan walked into the halls of Brown Missionary Baptist Church and said, I need some volunteers for Georgian Hill. And you know what? Our old folks stepped up to it. You see, every time Agape has needed anything, whether it is water, whether it's encouragement, whether it is workers to help fill some of the positions, I am so grateful that Brown has been able to say yes to Agape. You see, when you know that this is a ministry that is impacting lives, making a difference, changing the trajectory of our community, you want to be in partnership with them. And so that is the reason why we are supporting Agape. We want you to stand with us as we support this great organization as they continue to shine the light in the lives of families, children, schools, the community. We need Agape, and we love Agape. Get it? Agape, love. God bless you.
Incredible as usual, Pastor Orr. Thank you and Brown Baptist Church for being an incredible partner and strong supporter of Agape. Your support and volunteer services always overwhelm us. Hi, I'm Sherry Mackey, Director of Marketing and Communications for Agape Child and Family Services. Thank you for being a part of our virtual Heartlight celebration presented by Blue Sky. We ask that you move together with us with your financial support by texting Agape 2021 to 41444 to help impact our schools, communities, and ultimately our nation. Those who receive a good education tend to have higher incomes as well as access to more opportunities. Communities benefit as well. Communities with high rates of education completion have lower crime, better overall health, and civic involvement. Lack of access to education is considered the root of poverty. Well, Agape Child and Family Services is proud of our poverty reduction work. We serve in and move through community schools. We place staff in schools who provide extra encouragement for students, moving them towards success. We wrap support and services around students and their families, providing holistic and comprehensive care. Our school-based ministry STARS consists of a team of dedicated connectors who work one-on-one with children and their families to provide diverse support and services to keep children in school and ready to learn. By providing this school-based support in Hickory Hill, Fraser, and Whitehaven, we're able to infuse hope and healing in youth and families in under-resourced areas of our city that arguably gain the most from our love, support, and encouragement here at Agape. We realize parents are the first and most important teachers for their children. The mission of Agape Child and Family Services Thrive by 5 program is to strengthen families with young children by promoting brain and language development, leading to kindergarten readiness. These programs have a positive ripple effect on the entire family and ultimately the entire community. How can you help support these programs? I'm so glad you asked. We would appreciate your financial support. Grab your cell phones, go ahead and grab them right now and text Agape 2021 to 41444. You can also give online right now at agapemeanslove.org. Moving alongside families as they move out of poverty, moving alongside our children in their educational pursuit, moving with families as they achieve their dreams and goals, making an impact on the communities that ultimately affect the entire city and our nation. We are Agape Child and Family Services. Together, y'all, we are a movement.
Tell me, what do you do when you've done all you can and it seems like it's never enough? Oh, tell me, what do you say when your so-called friends turn away? You're left all alone, all alone, all alone. Yeah, ma. Tell me, what do you give when you've given your all and it seems like you can't make it through? Well, you just stand when there's nothing left to do. You just stand and watch the Lord see you through. After you've done all you can, you just shame, man, and tell me, how can you keep on smiling? My heart has been broken and so filled with pain. Everybody say, what do you do? What do you do when you've done all that you can? Seem like you can't make it through. Well, you just stand. Stand, stand, stand. Don't you dare give up. Through your storm, through the rain, through the hard, stand up through the pain. Don't you bow, don't you bend, don't give up. After you've done all you can. 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 After you've gone through the storm. After you've gone through your rain. After you've gone through all of the hurt. After you've gone through the pain. After you've done all you can. You just stand. You just stand. God bless you.
Thank you, Pastor Donnie McClurkin. What an amazing way to culminate our Heartlight celebration. And thank you to our presenting sponsor, Blue Sky, and to all of our sponsors, thank you for watching and, more importantly, for supporting the vision and mission of Agape Child and Family Services. We need you to move together with us and your financial support by texting Agape 2021 to 41444 or simply visit our website at agapemeanslove.org. As we look to the future, we will continue to fight poverty. We aim to decrease poverty by at least 20% per year for the families we walk alongside. Only 3% ever leave poverty to prosperity in their lifetime. We will engage and lean into our faith. Over the next 5 years, we seek to develop relationships with 120 churches who choose to serve as or support neighborhood-based right relationship centers providing holistic cradle-to-career and beyond 2-generational services, having services for anyone in the household as they would have the need and desire. We will fight for justice. We will continue to work to increase hope, economic mobility, generational wealth, housing, education, and all pillars of our 2-generation or whole family work, right where people live, go to school, and go to church. We will encourage relationship in the faith community across racial, economic, and denominational barriers. We will support and help enhance the righteous, relevant reputation of the local congregations, leading to impacts on personal faith decisions, public policy, racial equity, and other matters of justice and righteousness. Join with us. We need your encouragement. We need your engagement. We need your advocacy. We need your financial support. Please visit agapemeanslove.org/donate now. We also want to encourage you to join us in prayer for the next 365 days as we lead up to Heartlight 2022, November 4th, 2022. We're asking one church to sign up for each day of the 365 days for this year as we anticipate the next Heartlight, November 4th, 2022. Each church will manage signing each person up for a 24-hour period of prayer. In John 17:20-23, Jesus prays that all believers will be one with one another. He wants believers brought to complete unity. We want to pray over the next 365 days for this kind of unity among believers in the city of Memphis. Not just a casual tolerance of one another, but a deep love for one another. Agape Child and Family Services realizes the important role the church has in the community, and we ask that you sign up and join with us for 365 days of prayer, focused leading and focusing on Heartlight 2022. Visit our website at agapemeanslove.org to get details about joining with us in prayer.